really bad dream, of course I'd wake you.
The Haunting of Hill House is a 2018 TV series directed by Mike Flanagan for Netflix. This 10-episode series revolves around a family who confront their dark past of living in a haunted house. The show moves back and forth throughout the past and present, with select episodes focusing on each of the characters and how the house affected them. The Haunting of Hill House is a reflective look at how a traumatic event can shape everyone in their own way. I would go as far as to say that this series is a mix between of American Horror Story Murder House and my personal favorite TV show of all time, 6 Feet Under. The TV series is based on a famous novel by Shirley Jackson that was released in 1959, and the film was actually adapted into 2 different movies called The Haunting. One was released in 1963 and it followed the original story quite closely, while the other was released in 1999 and went completely off track. As for the 2018 TV series, it has been praised worldwide from horror fans and also professionals such as the King himself. And a fun fact that you may not know about this is that Stephen King's Rose Red from 2002 is actually based on The Haunting of Hill House, the novel. Stephen King is a huge fan of the original book and he wrote Rose Red, the screenplay, with the Hill House in mind. But back to 2018, the show is a hauntingly romantic and slow-paced drama which uses the lure of its charismatic characters and the intrigue of their backstories to hook the audiences in and lower them into some pretty terrifying scares. But here's some things you may have missed. Did you constantly find yourself double taking during the series? Well, don't worry, you're not going crazy yet. Dozens of ghosts were hidden in the background of the scenes throughout the series, including in doorways and under pianos, making the show well worth a second viewing. Speaking of hidden ghosts throughout the film, did you know that the set was actually made from scratch? They created a 2-story house for their set, and even creepier is the intricate details they went into. Flanagan told Vulture.com there was so much care put into the tiniest of details, most which you'll never notice on screen. He went on to say, "I used to be fascinated just looking for all the hidden faces he put into the design. Every inch of that house is staring at you, quite literally. Even the handles on the desk drawers had faces." Other examples of this include the fireplaces mimicking gaping mouths. Did you know that young Hugh Crane wore blue contacts throughout the flashback scenes of the TV show? But by the end of the show, his eyes soon turned to grey, as he was replaced by the elder Crane, who naturally has grey eyes. But this was intentional to show that the lights were going out in his eyes because of the haunting that had changed his spirit. Black mold is featured throughout the series, and did you know that this is a metaphor for the mental disintegration that the family experiences? In a video for BuzzFeed, Carla Gugino said that the more the mold took over the house, the more destructive the house was to everyone's mental state. She said that the mold is seeping in and taking over, and it's inescapable as black mold is. Obviously, the Red Room played a huge part in the story, but it might be even bigger than you once thought. What I'm about to tell you is a theory that the actors themselves came up with, but keep in mind, it's just a theory. Is it though? We know that the room is a place of solitude for each of the characters in the house, and it feeds off their desires. But does the room go beyond the walls of Hill House? Oliver Jackson Cohen, who plays Luke Crane, told IndieWire, whenever each child is in the Red Room, something in the fantasy is red. It will be a very, very small thing. When Luke gets taken into the hotel room, he's worn Converse throughout the show. All of a sudden, his Converse are red, and it's so slight you can barely see it. Cut to one of the last scenes of the TV series, and Luke has his cake in front of him and his family surrounding him. The issue is, the cake's red. So did he ever escape the room, or is he still living in his fantasy? And one final thought to leave you with, Mike Flanagan, the director, told Entertainment Weekly that they had written and planned to shoot the entire history of Hill House before the Cranes had even moved in. It was intended to be shown at the start of every second episode of the TV series, giving a little backstory to the house and its history and how it all began. If you've seen the TV show, then you'll know that this never came to fruition. It was never shot, but the writing is still there. The script is still there. So I have hope that maybe there could be a season 2. Did you guys like this TV series? I freaking loved it. If I had to rate it, I would give it like an 8 or a 9. Let me know what you guys thought. If you liked it, tell me why. If you didn't, tell me why. If you found this video helpful, if you learned anything at all, please give it a thumbs up. Or if you just liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, be sure to do that. And I'll talk to you guys very soon. Stay spooky.